If you've been following the mobile market trends, you must have noticed that more and more manufacturers have stopped supplying phone chargers with their latest phones. I've just unboxed the Samsung A54 5G and it didn't come with a charger here in the UK, and that's becoming the norm now. That's why it's important to find a good charger for your devices. VOLTME have kindly provided us with two of their chargers, the Revo Lite Duo, which goes up to 35 watts, and the Revo Duo, which is rated at 30 watts. Today, we'll unbox and review the more powerful one, but make sure to subscribe to see the other videos soon as well. The packaging is quite stylish, grey with orange accents, and some rounded squares embossed, or maybe debossed, on the front. We'll see that pattern soon. On the back, we can see the specifications. It's a PD or power delivery charger using the GaN technology, or gallium nitride, instead of traditional silicon-based components. That helps make the charger smaller and more efficient. Looking at the outputs, we have two USB C ports with up to 35 watt maximum from a single port or 18 watts from each port, which actually adds up to 36 watts. We'll be testing this in a moment. Interestingly, there's also a product verification scratch box. Once you scratch it, you can check if it's a genuine VOLTME product. Opening the website confirmed it was, so happy days. But let's open it up and see what's inside. Actually, the inside of the box is quite impressive, high marks for the design. I like the orange color and how it folds nicely. There's also a welcome guide with instructions and specifications. We can also see that it weighs just 82 grams, which is very light indeed. There's also a thank you card. No, thank you VOLTME for sending this charger to us. It will be handy on my future travels. And finally, the charger itself, the black model. It's indeed very light. There's two power delivery USB-C ports with nice orange accents. On the side, there's the aforementioned honeycomb-like pattern engraved into the charger, on both sides actually, plus the logo on the other side. At the bottom, there's all the specs which we've already discussed, and the front is the normal UK connector. Let's test it with a number of devices. I'll be actually using two measuring methods. One is a swoopy cable with an LED power meter, and the second is a standalone power meter from Kawasi with a Pixel 7 Pro cable. I'll use a number of different phones and other devices. Let's start with the most power hungry of them all, the POCO F4 GT. It supports up to 120 watts charging. According to the meter, it was charging between 26 and 28 watts. And with the cable, it was up to 26 watts, but it will depend on how hungry the device is at the time. I also have its younger brother, the POCO F4, which supports up to 67 watts. With that one, it was charging at over 21 watts, but the phone was at around 80% charge, so it wouldn't charge faster. The Pixel 7 Pro supports up to 23 watts, and indeed, we got to almost 23 watts. Next, we have the Samsung Galaxy A54, which I've just unboxed on the channel. It supports up to 25 watts, but we actually got more than that, just over 25 watts, brilliant. Let's also try its older competitor, the Nothing Phone 1. Officially, it supports up to 33 watts with a power delivery charger. I was able to get it up to 28 watts, which is quite close, but it might depend on how empty the battery is, etc. Also, how cool is the charging indicator here? Let's try something bigger, my 2020 Fire HD 10 tablet by Amazon. It's charging at around 14 watts, and I think the device goes up to 15, so it's close to the maximum speed. No problems there. But what if you wanted to use it for something much bigger, like my work HP laptop? Normally, it takes over 60 watts to use it and charge it. With the VOLTME charger, it goes up to 32 watts, which is the most power we've seen at output, and it can run the laptop when plugged in. But it won't charge the battery, so as soon as you unplug it, it will switch off. But if you're in a crisis and need to use it when plugged in, you'd be in luck. What if I wanted to charge two devices at once? As I mentioned, the speed halves, so it would be up to 18 watts. When I tried with a few phones, in this case POCO F4 GT and Samsung A54, I was getting 13 or 14 watts per device measured. But again, it would depend on the devices and what wattage they need. It was similar with Nothing Phone and A54 5G. I also confirmed that the maximum output drops when charging multiple devices. When I was charging the POCO F4 and added my Sony XM4 headphones, which only need 2 watts, the POCO charger dropped to 14 or 15 watts from 21, so keep that in mind when charging multiple devices. Overall, I'm quite impressed with this charger. It's really small and handy while providing a lot of power and 2 USB ports. If you don't need to charge laptops or phones with really fast charging, you should be very happy with this device. If you do want even faster chargers, VOLTME's chargers can actually go as fast as 140 watts. Matteo reviewed one on our channel last month, so make sure to check it out. There are many other wattages available as well. That's it for today's video. We'll follow it up with the 30 watts version we mentioned earlier, so if you want to see it, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos. But for now, thanks for watching.